Parasha Meditation, Parashat Vayigash. So after Chanukah, when each of us have been invested with a new strength and emunah, hopefully, from looking at all these beautiful candles and saying the Tehillim next to the candles, it's such a high time, so much light and so much warmth from the light. So now is the challenge to carry the message of the festival of light into the coldest winter months of Tevet, difficult months. Although Tevet is the initial of Tieh Psorot Tovot, may there be good tidings. Now, when the warmth of Chanukah is especially needed, that's when we read Parashat Vayigash, which is all about keeping our inner flame alive and bringing shalom, which means not only peace, but also wholeness between the divisions that separate the various segments of our people. So, Vayigash elav Yehuda. Yehuda approached him, that was Yosef. And Yehuda was basically confronting Yosef's inner fire with his own fire, trying to convince Yosef's heart to release his brother Binyamin. So the word Vayigash, it both means to draw near and to meet. So these two different archetypal Jewish leadership ways, different paths of Jewish leadership, the Yosef kind, which is the tzaddik who never falls, and the Yehuda kind, which is the Baal Tshuva, they met. And they challenged and they confronted each other until they both entered the meeting point of their truest divine inner self. And this is true shalom. This is really true shalom, which is when each opponent draws the best out of the other in order to unite. So this is also the work that we have to do on ourselves at this time. Rabbi Meir says, there is no Vayigash except the language of shalom. There's no any draw near except the language of peace or wholeness. So we must access and confront the Yehuda and the Yosef inside of ourselves. We have different split personalities, different parts of our souls, until we reach our own inner truth, where Hashem's light shines through. So when we succeed in finding the inner peace between these contrary aspects of ourselves, then we can bring light into the darkest exile, and then we can bring outer shalom. Once we have inner shalom within ourselves, we can bring outer shalom within the world, and within the fragmented world and the fragmented Jewish leadership that we're experiencing at this moment. Sfat Emet says, why are we called Yehudim? Because Yehuda is connected with the word Todah, and that also means Modim. It's also, we Modim, we admit that everything is from God. And that's what makes us want to draw near, Vayigash. We need to clarify to ourselves that even in the midst of darkness, there's life emerging from the will of God. And so even in that darkness, we can bring light. And so with that, and one more thing is important, Yehuda, it says about Yehuda Vayigash, he drew near. No one asked him to draw near. He took initiative to come close to the inner point in Yosef, the inner point in himself, the inner point of Hashem. And so must we learn to take initiative, not always to wait to be called. So let's do the meditation. Make yourself comfortable in your chair. Take several deep breaths and relax. Inhale Hashem's life-giving light exhale any tension from all the limbs of your body, starting with your head and finishing with your feet. Allow your mind to drift as you go through the happenings of your day in your mind's eye. Which accomplishment did you achieve, and which hardships did you undergo? Did you deal with the challenges of your day in the very best way that you could? Or did you fall short of acting according to your truth? Allow all of the events of your day to wash through you and accept them all, even when you didn't live up to your fullest potential. Did you have a disagreement or confrontation with anyone today or in the last few days or weeks? Allow your mind to focus on the last difficulty you experienced with another person. Think about why you felt, spoke, acted a certain way. Get in touch with your feelings. Where were you coming from? Now let your mind shift to the person you interacted with. Why did he or she feel, speak, act in that particular way? What kind of criticism did the other person have of your way? Make an effort to find the kernel of truth in the other person's approach. Perhaps you can get in touch with your own weakness, discovered by your opponent, even if it hurts. Breathe into the pain of your own incapability. Breathe into the word gash. Inhale, ga. Exhale, shh. Let's repeat that. Inhale, ga. Exhale, shh. Inhale, ga. Exhale, shh. And last time. Inhale, ga. And exhale, shh. The letter Gimel is derived from the word Gemul, which means giving. This is alluded to by the leg of the letter Gimel, which expresses the running of the rich person to bestow goodness upon the poor, which is the Dalet. Allow yourself to take a step with the Gimel out of yourself toward the person you interacted with. Go toward that person, to his or her inner core, to understand where the person is coming from, and open yourself to see the matter from his or her vantage point. Allow yourself to deeply feel the other person's point. The second letter in the word gash is the shin. This letter relates to the Hebrew word shinui, which means change. As you continue to breathe into the word gash, inhale ga, exhale shh. Get in touch with the part of yourself that was opposed to the person you interacted with. Do you feel any change? Has the gap between you lessened a bit? The letter shin is also the secret of the three heads of the burning flame. Whereas the outer flame of the shin is continuously in a state of motion and change, the inner flame represents the changeless. It is your own personal fire and flame of strong belief in your path of personal truth. Vayigash elav Yehuda. Yehuda approached him. The Admor of Kotsk says that the word elav to him refers to himself. Yehuda examined his own heart. He repeated what he had already said earlier to drive the words deeper into himself in order to fulfill the ancient Jewish teaching. What comes from the heart goes to the heart. He wanted his words to be so true and powerfully charged that they would be understood and accepted by Yosef. Like Yehuda, you too can go deep into your own approach to connect with your truth that rises above the confrontation or criticism you may have received. In your mind's eye, understand and visualize your true response to the truth of your opponent. Allow your personal truth to come from an even deeper place, a place that can answer back any criticism from others. Continue to breathing into the word Gash. Inhale, Ga. Exhale, Shh. Invigorate and feel the fire of your truth with each inhale of the letter, with each exhale of the letter Shin. Inhale, Ga. Exhale, Shh. Allow yourself to feel how the power of your truth is penetrating into the power of your opponent's truth until both of you merge to unite in Hashem's higher truth. Continue to breathe into the word Gash. Inhale, Ga. Exhale, Shh. As you breathe into this higher truth, to the true meeting place between you and the person who challenged you. When you're ready, slowly tap your hands and feet and open your eyes, feeling renewed inner peace with yourself and others. So this is Parasha Meditation for Vayigash, which is the place of meeting between the darkness of exile and the divine light. And it includes also the exile from our